Nick handed you that one. It's fine. I never use it.
Did.
I never use that part of the pool table anyways.
God. Should have some towels down here or something.
For once, it wasn't me who spilled the beer.
They stand up by themselves.
Nick,
though.
let me see your pour. I just got that. Nice and gross.
That's the corner towel.
Nick, do your pour where you pour it like a
Trust.
You're on video. You got to do it now.
Yep.
Go ahead and froth
This
it
is
out.
what mine ended up like. Thanks.
Do you not know how to pour a beer?
Wait, what? Show that. How did that happen?
Well, clearly he shook it before he gave it to me.
No, I didn't. I just set it down.
It's just a process of the beer
I
being
even
very cold,
tilted.
followed by it getting shaken.
I even tilted, and it
Look at
still
this.
did this.
Just a nice thin head, nothing creamy. Look at that. That's a genuine pour.
Gravity.
Trade me.
I could really go for a beer.
A lot of sap in here.
Me.
Looks great. Little full. A lot of sap. Spicy. In a good way.
What's this beer called?
North High Clark.
Why do you think they named it that?
I think they're paying homage to Christmas Vacation.
Give me that list.
Yep.
Give me that list.
Add it to the list, please.
No
Clark.
homage.
Christmas
references.
sales. Yeah, but we've already adjudicated that I will have the ability to
Just talk normal.
say these words
Just talk. What are you saying?
4 episodes from now.
What?
Who said that?
We talked about this before you got here.
Oh, well, that doesn't matter.
Seth, Kenny, and I agreed that I get a 4-week
I agree
penalty.
that you got to talk into the mic again.
Oh, God.
You're like, damn, these physics of mic talking.
This smells really good.
I'm sorry. What was the agreement that you can say the words if it's been 4 weeks?
Hold on,
Yeah.
before he talks again, Nick, where's your mouth and where's the mic?
Right here.
Before I drop an F-bomb.
It's right here.
How many fists away should we be?
When I'm talking?
Yes.
Close. But I'm looking at something.
Oh yeah, you weren't going to talk far away.
Pineapple,
That wasn't going to happen.
pineapple
Well-
juice.
I was moving away because when I'm this close, the light reflects off of it. So when I get closer, so that's why I can read it better from here.
I need like a shelf right here so you can see the can the whole time so you know what beer this is that we're doing. That's what I'll do next time.
North High Clark Christmas sale, Kenny. Picked up at your local Kroger. I'm going to trigger you here for a second. The ingredients include, but are not limited to, Vienna malts, crystal malts, sounds like a drug, chocolate rye, Apollo hops, and it has clove, nutmeg, ginger, and allspice. Allspice, which is a feature to many of our Christmas beers you'll find. Allspice.
Cheating.
Not Old Spice, Allspice. Kenny, thoughts? Have you tried the beer?
I haven't.
You're drinking eggnog liqueur.
What came with the costume?
Cousin Eddie.
Thanks for people who are blind.
Did you bring your RV here?
No, I live here.
I did see a dad out in an RV earlier.
Was he a dick? Dad in charge?
I think he was just a normal dad.
Okay.
Could have been. I don't know.
He looked like a dick. He could have been a dick.
Don't get mad at me. I just watched this movie for the first time in its entirety. the
So
other night.
wait, hold on. Just want to clarify.
Yeah.
You've watched this previously, not in its entirety.
Just last year, though.
That is really strange.
What movie
And I
are
was
we
like,
talking
I
about?
don't understand.
Christmas
what the-
Vacation.
I don't understand what the big deal was about it.
It's really funny.
It's all right.
You might be a kid if you just watched it, so you might be validating our claims that you're an elf.
God. There it is.
There it
He
is.
couldn't help himself. Every fourth
Ding.
paragraph to Alicia has to include the word elf. It's a contractual obligation. So Alicia, you were asking, Nick was trying to explain that every fourth episode he's allowed to go back and say words.
Yeah.
We had him on a pitch count where
Okay.
if he doesn't say that word for 4 episodes, he can start using it again.
I see.
Sparingly, right? I can't just go like, it slaps, it slaps, it slaps, it, you know? I can
I
just
just
use
think
it casually.
it's like
Forced.
mind-boggling that you think about words that you want to say, or I don't know. You don't just talk.
Yeah.
I think you're just so worried about if you could say it, that you shouldn't. You're not considering if you should.
Yeah.
Is that like the people who built the atom bomb? They're like, just because we could didn't mean that we should.
Yeah. I watched Jurassic Park last night. It was in there too.
Nick, do you want to hear the full list of words?
You need to go to the Columbus tracksuit Santa spreadsheet because that has everything included.
No, I think he's got it up.
I've got
Yep.
my own personal list here,
Oh,
What?
even better.
Yeah.
We added a few last time that I didn't get to type up yet, too.
titled ajgrove.txt.
Wait, didn't he kick for Ohio State?
Well, you won't find him registered, but yeah,
Yeah.
unofficially.
He didn't have to kick that week.
He was literally their secret weapon.
He was.
So extremely secret.
Top secret.
All right, here we go. Nick, give me some sort of acknowledgement if these are or not correct. The word organic. Okay, we'll take that. You heard it here first. We're live. Parentheses, we never are live. This is never live. He looks like a guy. It's what guys look like. Psychosocial. I think he's allowed to say that. It's been a while. I haven't heard that in a while. Thought experiment. It's all gold. Funny you should say that. Okay, so these ones are
Most
whatever.
recent,
Any variation of I was at a wedding. The word perhaps. Enjoy. That one's clear. Viewers and listeners. Any mention of the city of Buffalo.
That's a good one.
Any mention of spotted cow or nuclearis. Repeats same phrase twice in a row. In case you heard it the first time, but
You did.
it'll be funnier the second.
But Nick didn't hear it.
Any mention of California, then scoffing. Liberals. Trying to end podcast early. Clearing throat directly into mic. Any mention of non-immediate family member.
Can we get back to our spiced herb beer here?
Homophobia when mentioning Bud Light. Booger sugar, Old Soul. The word neat. I think that's a pretty
I
comprehensive
think you should
list.
add pretty cool to that list.
All right,
cool.
I'll add that to the bottom.
A fact that I found interesting.
What is this?
What did
the
you add? You added
Roast Nick
factoid?
podcast?
Factoid is on there now from
Yeah.
last
No,
episode.
I said it once.
That's all it takes.
All right, so Nick,
all it takes.
you can't say that till episode 34, is what I'm hearing. Is this 30?
Yeah.
How many eggnogs have you had, sir? You never ask a man how many eggnogs he's had, all right? That's rule number one.
That's rule number one of eggnog.
Wouldn't
It's
be
just
so-
milk.
Wouldn't
It's 3%.
wouldn't be more surprised if I woke up tomorrow with my head sewn to the carpet.
That's a good line.
Is that from that movie?
Yes.
Oh my.
So we're enjoying Clark by North High.
thought
Relatively new beer, right?
Is Enjoy on the list? You got to stop saying
Enjoy is on the list.
We
actually
are
added it last-
drinking.
There we
and
go. First.
taking- We are drinking North High Clark today by North High Brewing, a local beer to our roots in Columbus, Ohio. It's a spiced herb beer according to Untapped, 160 calories, so it's not going to hurt
Lighter.
you in the MyFitnessPal app.
Good. Good.
It does not announce its IBU rating, but we can taste it and probably give ourselves an estimate. What do you think?
Yeah, I like that. Let's guess at it when we get to it.
17.
We're finding that
7.
true stuff form.
Teen.
7% ABV, but we're gonna all try it and then we're all gonna give our number of IBU. Keep in mind that the highest number you can have is what, 75?
But the lowest score below the actual score wins. Price is Right rules here.
I'm gonna say 34.
All right, I'll type it up. Nick, 34 IBU. I'll go next.
Yeah.
It seems like appropriate.
Sorry, I deleted something.
Oh,
Make me snort
I
into my
deleted
nose
it.
again.
It's either there or I deleted it.
what say you, Kenneth?
It's just okay.
What does
What did you pay for this?
What does IBU taste like?
International beer bitter units. It's how bitter
Oh, how
I think
bitter
the
it is.
beer.
Okay.
Yeah. If
Like-
you would have watched our podcast before you joined it, you'd have known.
Yeah. Nah.
Episode 13 would tell you that
Like
IBU is
IPAs
international
are very
unit.
bitter,
Yeah.
so they're going to
That
be
makes
higher.
sense.
Yeah,
Bud
like,
Light, very
Not bitter.
not bitter.
Yeah.
Bottom shelf.
like the highest that beer that we
It's
had
what
last.
I can reach.
Yeah, I know.
That's fair. They're usually
Maybe we should put the Bud Light on top, and then you will just diversify your
Yeah,
beer.
probably.
Bud Light is obviously a power bottom.
Yeah, I bet she is. It is. Sorry. Kenny, what's your IBU?
I bet them is. It's you said 34. Yeah, right around there. 30.
All right. Kenny says 30. Alicia, who just learned what
Just
IBU is, tell us your number.
be a good guess.
What's your number? Not that number.
What did you say?
30.
I was gonna say 25, but I want to make sure you didn't say that.
Got it.
All right, Seth.
I'm a good listener.
What say you?
So you said 30, 25.
I'm gonna rate this 1 enjoy. Was that the right word?
It's a 3 scale. Enjoy.
This is a throat goat.
The throat goat. So a 25. The Rogue Pumpkin Patch Ale was also a 25. So you might be onto
Did
something.
do it.
Well, I was looking at the one we did previously,
That was
and it was very
high.
yeah.
65.
Yeah.
Stay alive.
And so I was like, this is really good. I actually like
Yeah.
this one a lot.
What do
Yeah.
you like? What do you think the IBU is, Seth? You're the only one who hasn't given us their number.
Let's just go 20.
Okay, so I'm the top end of the echelon, and Seth is the lowest on the spectrum.
He's the
Which might also mean that I'm higher on the spectrum as it stands.
Depends on the spectrum.
You do function pretty well, all
Yeah.
things considered.
It's only got 7. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. I'll take that as a compliment. It's got 3.67 on 782 total. So, like, we're not even in the thousands on Untapped.
782,000.
782 people total.
Million.
Yeah. So fresh off the press. 3.67. The brewery itself started in 2012. I could not find anything predating the winter of 2022 when this came out. So it would appear that this is the second inaugural year.
Yeah, it's a year or two old, at least. North High, you said they started in 2012.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They had a brew on location. So actually, Johnny Mole Snyder actually brewed beer at North High once. He did a porter.
Johnny went to this place?
Yeah, he brewed his own beer there.
Oh,
Paid
yeah,
to
I do
brew
remember them doing that,
a porter?
Yeah, he did a porter.
It was not good.
Well, you
Interesting.
wouldn't have liked it. It's not Bud Light or lime.
So how does that, do you know how that works? Did you read, like, do you
No.
you go there and you brew your own beer, or you just
Yeah.
pick from the beers they have and bottle it?
So no, you brew. They teach you the brewing process. At least the way it was explained to me is that Johnny went in there. They're like, these are the beers that we can make that you can, brew your own keg, and then you pick from those allotments, and then they go through the full brewing process. You do it with them on site, and then you come back a few weeks later after it's been brewed, and then they bottle it for you, and you take it home.
How many bottles did he get out of it? Any idea?
A lot. It was a
I think
lot.
it was like a fourth of a keg, so it was a decent
It
amount.
was a decent amount, yeah.
They just gave you generic bottling, but it's pretty cool.
No labels or anything, probably, right?
I don't remember if it had it or not, but it was
I don't
decent.
think theirs did. Tara did that a long time ago and had
Here?
somewhere in Columbus. I don't know if it was here, but they had like the dog. They ended up putting the dogs, so they did 2 different kinds, and they did they had 2 dogs at the time, Daisy and Harley. R.I.P.
They're both dead?
Yeah,
She should not watch any
Wait,
more.
She has 2 new ones.
We drink when we talk about dead
God
things.
rest their souls.
Everyone,
Pour one out in your mouth.
For who? Bruce?
somebody died.
Oh.
Show some
Oh yeah,
respect.
the dogs. Yep.
We're not the funeral team this week. Sorry.
Paying homage. This beer is kind of weird tasting.
Really,
I
I
love
like it.
I think this is the second North High brew that I've had. I wish I could be more excited about them being from Columbus, but I feel like the last one I had, I was just not excited about either.
It's kind of flat.
Yeah, nothing kind of hits you. Like,
Yeah.
how many
I could see
calories
that.
was this? 160?
Yeah,
Yeah.
160. So it's light.
Yeah.
It's not going to fill you up. I will say,
Not light, but not heavy.
I've had their honey wheat and their 5. So on their website, you can see like their year-round beers. You can also see like the seasonal featured beers. And then you have what's called their exclusive seasonal limited releases. This isn't even included on any of those lists. So still not on the directory of their website. But
Their website probably hasn't even been updated. Go ahead,
Secret
Seth.
menu, Starbucks.
I
style.
guarantee you've had this
Yeah.
one beer called Stick. It's their amber ale.
What do you guarantee? What's your guarantee?
I let you try it at my house.
no.
It's got the hockey player on it. It's called Stick Amber Ale. I've given it to you. I smoked a cigar.
That was
and
something
had
else that you gave to him.
it. Well,
It was your love.
I thought he was my best mate.
Chlamydia.
Also named after their New Zealand Pilsner, but he's not my best mate.
No?
No.
You doing a Russell Brand?
Yeah. I guess. They have grapefruit walleye. That's pretty funny.
That's gross.
It sounds really bad. This is one that Alicia might like.
It could be this one.
Jella Lima. It's a jalapeno lime ale. You might like that.
Might.
Do you like spicy?
Yeah.
Interesting. And then
Yeah, white girl.
Russian Imperial Stout.
Wouldn't expect you to like that.
Filthy McNasty.
That's one we were looking for, I think.
Russian Imperial Oligarch.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one doesn't really live up to the
Straight from the
Clark
Kremlin.
name.
Really?
What does Clark mean to you?
Griswold.
Hey, Grizz, if you're not doing anything productive, go get in the other room and get my stogie.
No, it's not
That blessing.
from that movie that you watched.
Yeah, that's the old guy that catches on fire a lot.
The bombs burst.
You couldn't hear a dump truck driving through a
Yeah,
nitroglycerin
I
plant.
actually remember that line. Yeah.
That's a good one. I like
Yeah.
it. Come on. That's a good one.
I know. I heard you jump in on it.
He's
when I
got-
was saying it.
Charisma.
Oh, I see. He's got that grizz.
That was stupid. Nobody said anything.
He's getting grizzed up.
Don't look at me. Stop.
He's a real grizzball.
Don't. Give me the. I'm wearing the don't shirt next time. A time.
Daytime.
Don't. If you delete one more message, we have a problem with Alicia retroactively changing history.
Yep. It's an option. So
It's his story, not her story, okay?
I get it.
I don't think you should be able to delete text. You said what you said. Let it stand there.
nah.
I want to see it.
Nope. You did see it.
I'm quick.
You were quick.
What did she say?
I don't remember.
Oh.
Don't.
Word to the wise, North High, because I know you're watching this. Put some more history on your website. People want to like. Columbus is an old city, right? It's got history. Your building that you're brewing beer in was originally a Ford dealership from 1917. None of this stuff that I could find about North High Brewing was on their website. It was like information on their staff, who works there currently, what they're involved with. We want to know, like, yeah, you might be a new brewery, but like, put some shots fired. So someone like people like history. I don't know. I like history. Maybe not everyone does. But like, I don't know. Talk about the history of Columbus. Embrace your hometown. They did go to Ohio State.
Yeah.
The guys who founded this, right?
Yeah, Gavin Myers and Tim Ward.
But embrace the community a little bit. Talk about the history. I didn't see anything on their website personally. I'm not saying that they don't, but it's not. I couldn't read about.
Well, you're number one. You're illiterate as hell. So there's that. So that's why you wouldn't be reading it. Number two.
That's fair.
Started in 2012. It was the end of the world. There was no history before that because we started anew. You know what I mean?
I thought 2112 was Temples of Syrinx.
What does that mean?
Is a Rush album.
The Holy Triumvirate?
Yeah. Geddy Lee. Slap at the BS.
Slap on the BS, man.
Yeah,
Anyways,
I mean,
sorry.
I think they formed in 2012 and they weren't really. I think it was done on a bet. They're like, if the world still exists, we'll start a brewery,
Stupid Mayans.
and we'll just say there was no history before that.
That's
We'll
fair.
just start anew.
Sundial says make brewery.
It's kind of dumb to go into debt to start a brewery at the end of the world, though.
Yeah. So their original facility was a 20-barrel facility, so not really.
It's 40 kegs.
Yeah, not a lot. I've been to their original location. I went there after some sort of event. I can't remember what it was, but
Good story. Was it on North High?
yeah, it's definitely on North High near
In
campus.
In an old firehouse
Yeah,
from 1917.
yeah.
It said they were Columbus's first only brew on premises establishment.
Yeah.
So they could brew and sell in the same location.
Yeah, there's a
Seems
giant
interesting.
wall of window that you can see people that are doing it while you're at their bar drinking.
It's kind of weird.
Yeah, watching people make it while you drink it.
Do the people even know that you can see them, or is it like a one-way mirror and they just think they're brewing beer and they're like, "Oh, I look great today," and everyone else is like,
No, I imagine it's a lot like the sausage plant theory. Like, who wants to watch how they make sausage? Would you still eat the sausage?
"I did not know that sausage grew in a plant." Interesting.
No, it's made in a plant.
Oh,
If you knew anything about Abe Froman, the sausage king of Chicago, you would know your sausage history.
you're Abe Froman, the sausage king of Chicago.
You know who else is a bit of a sausage king? Not going to say the name.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Don't.
Don't.
CM.
Don't.
Don't.
CM Punk.
HR shoving stuff.
Oh, great. But, so some updated figures, 35 100 per year self-reported in 2015 is their barrels. So still not very big on barrel production in 2015. So I couldn't see any updated figures on that.
What do you mean self-reported? Like they didn't have a third party come in and let me seize the beers. Kenny, do your Russian.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't. Well, what is it that I said though? It's like
Where's the
where's the papers? Where's your papers? Where's the hop? What was I don't know.
I don't
what
remember
it was.
either.
I was talking about the hops or something.
It was where Nick thought you were saying Borat because it was some just
Yeah.
It was an accent that wasn't American. Nick was like, "That's Borat for sure."
Yeah, absolutely. The Russians. It was more German, if anything. But no, it seems like these small breweries, like these little craft breweries that pop up. Not that this has popped up. It's been over 10 years now, but it seems like they kind of take two routes. They either try to distribute or they try to expand their little brew pubs. And that's kind of what North High's doing. I think they have, 3 locations now? 4 locations
Well,
now in
they have 4
Columbus.
total. So they have their original. Then they had one actually in Cleveland that they closed. But they had that one. Then
Cleveland?
They have, yes,
Ohio?
yeah, they had one in Cleveland. Listen, you're gonna get a kick out of this last one.
I also have
So
a
they
point to
have-
make too, but
Okay,
I was
they
just
have
curious.
Columbus, Westerville. They have one in Old Dublin as of 2019. They actually have one in Zionsville, Indiana. Don't you have family near there?
That's right. Yeah.
Thought that was pretty neat.
Thanks for reminding me.
Wait, neat, Nick,
Yeah.
Neat.
neat,
Oh,
neat check. All right, 4
I've been to
episodes
the
later.
one. I've been to the one in Dublin.
have you?
Yeah.
North High? Where it's in the historic part
It's
of
in
Old
the,
Dublin,
yeah,
right?
It's like in the old Dublin.
Yeah, pretty cool. I mean, they've really not ventured out to try to be anything bigger than what they are. I think they've accepted their limitations. They're just trying to be.
That's what I'm saying. My point was that they're kind of expanding like their brew pub thing. Like it's not they're not trying to sell a bunch of beer. They're obviously trying to make quality beer, but it's more like a restaurant model. Yeah. Like they just want to pop up. They don't want to distribute beer across America. I don't know. I'm not meaning to speak towards their aspirations. What I'm saying is their model is more like we're going to have these little restaurant craft beer halls, sell good beer at these halls, and then we'll just pop up a couple more of these instead of like a normal beer model where we just brew beer and we just ship it out.
Yeah.
It just seems like they're kind of more focused on like the
Quality
small,
over quantity.
or like the small, like little places to,
Yeah, it makes
sit and
sense.
have beer and a meal or something.
I would be interested to find out why Zionsville in Indiana was like a plot point on their.
It's
aspirations.
it's like a very expensive community. It's a high end place. I don't know.
Well, as we know in Columbus, Westerville is half of Columbus now. I mean, you could drive 45 minutes away and still be in Westerville.
From
There's
Westerville?
like 4 zip codes in Westerville now. It's insane.
Huh.
It's a very big city.
Zionsville has illusions with an A. Some biblical shit, right?
Yeah.
Also, Kenny said beer model. I want to be one of those. Alicia, you went to North High, right?
Yeah.
What was your experience there? Do you remember?
It was very like small, secluded. It had like a little upstairs. It's also old Dublin, so every building down there is not.
Irish are little people.
Yeah.
Cozy.
So you felt
It's
at home.
cozy, yeah. Yeah.
That's how you market small.
Um,
Did you eat? Did they have food?
I can't remember if they had food. I don't think I ate. We went there for somebody like leaving work or something. So like going away, happy hour or something like
Did
that.
they have other beers on tap there or just North High beers?
No, just North High beers.
I've never been to one.
Seems like
It was
very
good.
strategic.
Maybe if they open up one where I live, I'll go.
Yeah.
I think we could easily get there.
Yeah, maybe.
Westerville probably isn't too far, considering it's 40%
How
of
far to get
Columbus.
there? You gotta drive home after the beer. That's the problem.
You don't have to.
It looks like they brought on one of their current brewmasters they brought in was a senior brewmaster at Anheuser-Busch.
Oh, interesting.
So who knows why he decided to leave Anheuser-Busch and come here. I can't imagine they paid more, but
Quality over quantity. Maybe he wanted to specialize more.
yeah. And he's probably the senior he's the brewmaster, and at Anheuser-Busch he was probably one of 300 brewmasters because they have different locations and probably have more than one.
What are the levels to get to a brewmaster? You have to be a brew journeyman first?
Yeah, literally it is a journeyman, I believe. I've seen people listed as journeyman brewers, so I imagine.
I wonder if they start in Milwaukee with the brew crew.
What is that?
That's
The baseball
the
team?
nickname for the Milwaukee Brewers. People call them the brew crew.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, sorry.
They all play baseball?
You don't, it's all right. Are you sorry for me that I was dumb and didn't know that? I'm sorry, my friend's an idiot.
I just guessed, and I only know that name because of Eric. So
I haven't looked up the hierarchy, but I have seen junior brewmaster and senior brewmaster. So there's definitely a list. It might vary by company.
Brewmaster implies that there's a brew slave somewhere.
Yeah. Well, not anymore.
Yeah. Thanks, Obama.
Yeah, they were freed.
Do I have to cut that?
That's why beer quality sucks.
probably.
We have to get a former professional athlete on the podcast.
I could probably make that
It's
happen.
the tallest guy I know.
You know some?
I do.
Who? Eric?
Yep. That's
Okay.
about it.
All right.
Nice. The subtlety just went out the window there.
Yep.
Whoops. There went the allure.
When he's on, I'm going to talk about the time that he threw a punch and struck Will Green, but slipped on a banana peel beforehand. That's basically the whole story.
Oh.
It was
all
a real life Mario Kart.
That happened one time when Johnny got his ass kicked by Ryan. Remember he hit him with a watch and he slipped?
On a banana peel?
Not on a banana peel.
A few moments later.
So I was still thinking about who put the banana peel there.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Probably Carly Down.
Bowser. I looked up Apollo hops because you said this has Apollo hops in it. I can buy 44 pounds for only $527 shipped.
For only?
What is an
Wow.
Apollo hop? Is that
Yeah, what is that?
that's a breed?
It's a super alpha hop, first bred in 2000 by Hopsteiner and released to the public in 2006. It descended from Zeus and other USDA approved hops.
So they're going with the
Beer mythology?
Yeah, the gods. I wonder if they have all sorts of names then. It's like Gregor Mendel of beer hops. Spice and shit.
I hope that I never get enough into beer that I know the different hops. I don't know. This will lose some more of our serious, followers, I'm sure. But
Yeah, we just dropped to 16 as you were saying that.
shit, you have live real time stats.
I don't want to look.
Don't look.
Did you know that Sorry, that was really, really abrupt. Sorry.
A few moments later.
Did you know that the brew pub that you were at in Dublin is actually in the National Registry of Historic Places? So it's actually
I didn't, but that would
historical
make
place.
sense.
You should have known there should have been a plaque on the wall.
I'm sure there was, but it was like super busy.
It was
It
originally
was very congested in there.
Small though.
Yeah, I know,
Should have
but
seen it.
Cozy.
It was
cozy.
originally a farmhouse, so that makes sense that it was small. Because how many farmers were actually building big houses? They're out working in the fields
I love your leaps.
and bounds.
Just
I knew it.
no,
I knew
just when
it.
you're like, well, it's a farmhouse, so it makes sense they're small because they're all small because farmers are never in their houses because they hate their lives and I don't know. I know a lot of big farmhouses too.
Not back
Where
then.
you got there?
This is from 1890. People weren't obese.
This was the furthest north plantation.
It was the
Did you just
brewmaster's
state a
quarters.
fact?
I made that up. That's
Yeah.
not
Okay.
true.
That's fair.
I'd be interested to know where that is. It was probably somewhere crazy.
Little Dublin.
Like, can you have
A little Dublin.
Did plantations only have to have a plantation? Did you have to have slaves, or you could just have so you could have plantations up north? That just seems like a
I
southern
think they were
thing.
just called farms.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like,
Oh.
where's the line between plantation,
Plantation
and farm?
and a farm.
Got you. I think it's quantitative on how many acreage you had, right? Or
What's
I
Google
remember-
say?
Oxford Dictionary defines plantation as an estate on which crops such as coffee, sugar, and tobacco are cultivated by resident labor. So the laborers live there, or an area in which trees. Okay, that's not it. So
It's probably where you can grow that stuff.
cash crops where they're cultivated by resident labor. So I'm assuming the laborers live on or around that area.
Gotcha. So slaves.
Well, in the historical sense,
Yeah.
yeah.
Gotcha.
I don't know what the
Like what a present day plantation would be. I know I've been to the South, and most plantations are golf courses now.
Dictionary.com says a large farm or estate in a tropical or semi-tropical zone for the cultivation of cotton, tobacco, coffee, or sugar.
Yeah, because you were like specific on what they were growing, and I was like, that sounds like stuff that's south.
Typically by enslaved unpaid laborers. That's dictionary.com. So who knows?
Who knows?
can say
So
for sure.
plantations do not exist anymore. You
Wikipedia.
probably can't even use that word anymore. Like if you were to go buy 100 acres in Georgia and say, I'm going to open a plantation, you'd immediately be canceled.
Yeah, that would be,
You'd be like, nope.
by
you're not.
all accounts, probably a bad move. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think net zero.
Optics
net negative
aren't,
on that.
aren't
yeah.
great for a plantation.
Maybe the people that reached out to us last episode, if they started a plantation, that's a good way to get fired.
Especially in Detroit.
Good point. Yeah, plantation in Detroit. Shout out.
What would they make? Metal car parts?
Bad water.
New band name. I called it Plantation in Detroit.
Did we email North High?
No. They have MBAs. They don't want to listen to us.
They haven't gotten back to us in the last 3 seconds.
They haven't even responded.
All right, let's add that to my to-do.
We do have a generic brew email that we send out, don't we?
I will email them and I'll report back next episode because because I feel like they can't be doing anything else. They haven't updated their website to even include the beer they released this year. So
yeah,
I'm assuming that.
Did you email Untapped and ask them to sort their beers by warmers versus other stuff?
Based on mixed and herbed beers?
Yeah. You're like,
No.
maybe we'll talk to Untapped and see if they can change their shit for us.
Where are you going to put a tree that big, Griswold? Why don't you bend over and I'll show you?
Would you get canceled or do you think you would just get nixed?
How's that spelled?
clever.
Nickxed. If we were doing it in reference to me.
You should spell your name Nyck.
Yeah.
Nike?
Hi, I'm Knack.
Get that on your name tag, dude. That'd be tight.
Tight like a tiger.
I knew it. I knew that one was
You
coming
can't.
too.
We should do a word association thing where we all bet on. We say one word and we have to bet what Nick's next word will be.
We'd have to all three sit in a line and whisper and then say the word.
Yeah,
I still think we should do Nick Bingo.
everybody would win every time.
This is endearing.
But who wins first? Oh, wait, no. Well, you have to have them in we'll change up the order on the bingo.
Yeah, I guess that is how bingo works.
Yeah.
You got me there.
Yeah.
I'm not old enough to understand bingo or checkers.
You think people 5'10" are gonna understand checkers? We could do like a Tosh Point. Nick could be a Tosh.0 segment, like dangerous word association, where I just say like plantation, first word that comes to mind, or like just any word
Or anything.
Nick, just any dangerous word. And then Nick, I'm sorry, he's crying. We should move on.
Let it all out. It's an emotional few months.
It's all right. I don't have a
Oh my god, I
psychiatry
am crying
degree,
though, but from laughter. Oh my gosh. Are you serious, Clark? It's a good beer. Shitter's full. Beer's empty.
that's a good line. That's a good sign-off line.
Thanks for joining us today on the Malt Vault.
Wait, when you point, you always back up.
Thanks for joining us today at the Malt Vault. For North High Clark, pick you up a can. Only
Asia.
only $12.99 for a 6-pack at your local grocer Smart.
It's not that good.
Did we even discuss the beer?
Katie. Katie.
Oh, God.